Hi there, I just wanted to talk a bit about why I think the songs of the 60s were so kind of powerful, really. And I think there was that kind of revolutionary energy at the time. And I think that just created this explosion of creativity. And I think that creativity was, allowed its freedom. And I think out of that came a lot of songs that were about kind of love or freedom. So like, the Beatles, All You Need Is Love, and Let It Be, kind of words of wisdom. And I think because of that, even though, I didn't really live through that period of time, it just seems like that's kind of what it was about. And I think it was about togetherness, a kind of coming together rather than a separation. And I kind of feel like nowadays that's kind of what we need more of. And maybe in a way, the pandemic kind of helped us to see that again, that we're quite isolated and we're lacking that sense of community. But I think that's maybe changing, I don't know. But yeah, I think a lot of those songs were kind of pointing to something much deeper. And I think this is like kind of heard more in like maybe like Dylan songs, like Every Grain of Sand, or Leonard Cohen with certain songs. I think he's got one called Avalanche where there's a few verses in that's really expressing something much deeper. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and that really it was a lot of those songs that kind of, I don't know, they kind of spoke to me, but I think when I was younger, I didn't really realize sometimes really what they were saying. And now when I listen to them again, you change over time, and then because you've changed, you hear something differently, and you suddenly see things and recognize things in those songs that you didn't hear before. And sometimes I think with songs like that, I think sometimes that's why they do so well. Like another really good example is obviously, I would say one of the biggest examples that did so well was the song Imagine as well, And I think sometimes when something like that has been said in a song that comes from like, I don't know, more of a pure instinctual place, I think we all recognize that. And I think it's why sometimes those songs become so popular, because we recognize the purity of them and the simplicity of them, and what they're pointing to, maybe something much deeper. We kind of recognize it and know it, even though sometimes we can't even really say what it is. We just have a inner knowing or something like that. I think another song I was just thinking of as well, The Sound of Silence. I think that's another song that's like pointing towards something. Anyway, thought I'd just say that, and speak to you later.